Amy Macdonald, how are you doing? Now, you are a name that I think is going to be huge. You're getting in. Now, I discovered you via Terry Wogan.
Yeah.
He was playing Mr. Rock and Roll, and I didn't know what the title of the song was, and I heard it, and then he didn't say who it was. He must have introduced you before it.
Yeah.
So I actually physically went on the net to find out because I thought your song was fantastic.
Aw, thanks
So, I
very
mean, but
much.
here, I mean, what's it like now that you're actually here as a performer and not as a punter? Because I know that you've come every year.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but I'm still clinging on to my punter thing. I'm doing half and half. I was here at 12 o'clock last night trudging my bag through the mud. So I'm absolutely bogging, but I'm loving it still.
Yeah, it's excellent. Now, how would you, for those that don't know your sound, I mean, how would you describe it?
Well, I think it's really unique. I think I've written really kind of different styles of songs than what's really out there just now, and I've got quite a deep voice, and I prefer to do more up-tempo songs rather than the normal singer-songwriter dreary ballad thing, so it's a bit different, I think.
Because your voice does sound older than you actually are, because you're only 19.
Yeah, everyone says that when I speak to them, they're like, what?
And you write your own material, you've got a record deal. I'm feeling sick.
Yeah, no.
So who's inspired you in your career?
Well, the first band that got me playing guitar was Travis. It was their album The Man Who That started me, but since then I love things like The Libertines, or what was The Libertines, and Oasis and Kings of Leon, and more indie rock things. I'm an indie rock girl at heart.
And but there's a bit of a country sound to your stuff as well, but I'm not talking about country, whereas,
Yeah.
not Dolly, but I mean there is a kind of countryness to it. Do you hear that, or is that just us hearing that?
I love like things like Johnny Cash, but I think it's just like whatever the listener hears is fine by me. Whatever you want to say is great.
And I mean that in a positive. I'm not talking about
No,
what I mean.
not
It's
at all.
in
Dolly
the best.
Parton.
No, it's not Dolly Parton. For goodness' sake, no. But I mean, she's good though. She is good. Now I've got your album here. This is your new album. It's not out yet.
Yeah, that's a sample. It'll
That's
be a nice fancy.
Yeah, a nice fancy case. I get a wee pre-release. I get to hear it. So, and I mean, some of the tracks. Can we talk through some of the tracks on it? Yeah. Okay. Right. First of all, Mr. Rock and Roll, which is going to be your next single.
Yep.
What's it about?
Well, it's just my personal experiences. I find that a lot of people, it's a shame, but a lot of people feel they have to fit into a certain group or be in a certain scene. And I think it's quite a shame, because people should just be themselves. And that song's basically about be yourself, because you might miss wonderful opportunities and you might miss amazing people that you'd never meet because you're trying to pretend to be something else.
Excellent. Now, another one I really love is This Is the Life.
This Is Life.
Yeah.
That was written years ago. I was at a Baby Shambles concert, and afterwards Pete Doherty done an acoustic set, and it was totally clean that night, and it was wonderful, and it was just, you could hear what he was saying, he wasn't slurring his words, and me and all my friends were there, and we just had a brilliant time. And then after it we went back to a friend's house, sat with a guitar, passing it round, and the next day I just thought that was a brilliant night and wrote This Is the Life.
Because Poison Prince is about him as well, which I did not get at all, because my interpretation of that song is completely different.
Yeah.
I would never have thought Pete Doherty.
Yeah, no, well, it's a Poison Prince thing. To me, his music side of it makes him the prince, but all the other crap that we know about now is just poisonous, and it doesn't really interest me.
Have you met him?
No, I've not met him, no.
Do you want to meet him?
I probably would, but he might hate me for writing a song about him.
I think you should be flattered getting a song written about you.
I don't know, you never know.
I would be flattered.
Yeah.
And there's a secret track on this somewhere. We don't want to tell them where. You have to listen to it all. But it's a fantastic. But I mean, it's about Scotland, isn't it?
Yes, it was. Well, when we were recording the album, I was down in London and hated being away from home. I still live in Glasgow. I refused to move, but I was down for 3 months recording that. And I got into the stage of going on iTunes every day. Sorry, am I allowed to plug? I don't mean that. But and downloading things that reminded me of home. And one of them was Caledonia. And I was just playing it, and like the producer said to me, "What is that?" And I played them it, and they're like, "I think you should try it." So I just went in with acoustic guitar and tried it, and they were like, "You've got to include that. It sounds brilliant."
And when did you discover that you had this kind of nice, unique voice? What age were you?
Probably about 12, just when I started playing guitar. Like, my dad's got home movies that I hope never see the light of day of me singing along. I've got the microphone plugged into my sister's mini hi-fi, singing along like an idiot, but and I could not sing, I was tone deaf. But I think it just developed afterwards, so about 12 or something.
And what would you say to people that are aspiring to be singer-songwriters? Is it difficult to break through? What's your best advice?
I think that if you're doing something you enjoy and you think that you've got a talent and it's a bit different, then just keep going with it, because somebody will recognise it someday. I mean, it always happens.
And will you come and speak to us when you're huge? Because I think you will be.
It's STV, how can I say no? I'm so proud to be Scottish.
Fantastic stuff. Listen, all the best and look forward. Good luck with the album.
Thanks very much.
So when going final plug, shouldn't be doing this, but going
30th of July.
30th of July, and it is. I can't be impartial about this because it is fantastic. It's great stuff.